Hi guys, welcome back to this channel. I am Darian, and today I want to share with you 3 life lessons that I have learned that I believe can help you in this new year. Now, of course, there's a certain amount of work we have to put in life to see certain results, but I have found that keeping these things in my heart and remembering these things as I've gone along the journey have been such a benefit to me in life. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I'm going to say is that you are going to have to get comfortable letting go of the past. Holding on to the past can severely affect your future in a negative way. The longer that we continue to sulk and sit and ruminate on the past, it can actually hinder us from focusing on the future. If all your time is focused on what happened to you, what didn't happen to you, what opportunities you may have missed, the longer that you sit and soak in that and continue to focus on that, it takes away your focus from the things that you can now control in the present day and the things that you can now try to work towards and have some positive effect towards in the upcoming future. So I believe around the new year, whether it's right before or even shortly after the new year, that is a perfect time to release the things from the past. Whether it's disappointments that have happened, whether it's lost hopes that you feel like have not happened, I believe that this is a perfect time to let go of those past things and open your heart to the possibilities of what can happen in this new year. If you sit there and harbor anger and resentment and bitterness from the past, it's going to be hard to believe for good things for the future. Now, in me saying this, and of course I have had to walk out my own journey, I'm not saying that it is easy to just let things go, that it's just easy to just forget about the past and just focus on the new day. I myself have gone through many things that I have had to leave behind me, but I find that when I find myself focusing on the past, that it brings me back down, that it discourages me, that it doesn't give me any hope about the things that can come in the future or the things that can happen in the future. So what I'm going to say is that this is an exercise you have to put into place, because we constantly have thoughts running through our mind. We constantly have reminders of the memories, whether good or bad, that have happened in our life that we have to continue to cast down. If something does not align with your today or your tomorrow, where you want to be, continue to cast those thoughts down. If the thoughts that keep popping up in your head are the what ifs, or why did this happen? Why did it have to go this way? Those type of thoughts will not help you to move into the new things that are coming. Now, I don't want to make it sound like you shouldn't address any emotions and any feelings that you have had regarding certain things. It is good for you to go back and sit with the things that have happened to you for healthy reasons, for purposes of trying to heal and really be free of those things of the past that have hurt you. But as far as moving forward in the future, you can't allow yourself to get stuck in the past. You can't allow yourself to get stuck in the what ifs, the what could have been, but it is good to focus on the what can be. So take this new year as a fresh start. I love starting out the new year just with a fresh vision, fresh goals, and fresh things on my mind for what I want to happen in this new year. If it didn't happen last year or the years prior, just count it as maybe it just was not meant to be. Or maybe now that that opportunity has passed, when it comes back around, or if it comes back around in a different way, it'll be greater for you. Okay, you guys, let's move into number 2. This is such a valuable lesson, and I feel like it's something that we know, but sometimes we have to be reminded, because it can be easy to lose track of your goals and what you're trying to accomplish, and life has its own disappointments and discouragements that can keep us from wanting to continue on doing what we want to do. So number 2 is that if you want to see changes in your life, you're going to have to put in that work. You're going to have to put in the effort to see the things that you want to see in life. And I know there's probably someone like, I've been putting in the work, I've been putting in the effort. If that is your case, then it could be a timing thing. But overall, when it comes to things that we want in life, I think sometimes we can actually even think that we have put in work, that we have put all this effort into something. If we're being honest and if we're being accountable, I feel like sometimes we may be able to look back at certain situations and be like, I could have put more effort into this, or I didn't really jump out and put my all into this. And again, you could have jumped out and put your all into it, but there's just certain things that you're just going to have to continue to put in the work. Now, I know as people, we want things to happen overnight. We want it to happen so quickly, and we want to see what we want to see when we want to see it. I honestly feel like based off of the availability of so many things in society, it has caused us to lose the art of discipline, lose the art of perseverance, lose the art of continuing to work towards something until we see the fruit of it. And I have found in my real life, in everyday life, not in what we want things to be or what we may have been brought up to believe that life should be like, I have found that a lot of things require you to put a certain amount of work in. And even when you don't see any results just yet, or even if you don't feel like you're where you should be, you have to continue to press before you start to see what you want to see. I have a story that is coming up in my mind of someone who is in a certain industry, and they said it took them 15 years before their time came in that certain industry. I don't think most of us want to work towards something for 15 years to wait for our big moments. Waiting is not fun. Let's just be real about things. Waiting is not fun, and waiting does not always feel good, especially when it seems like everyone else around you has their things popping off and things happening for them. But this is why you cannot get caught up in another person's journey, because another person, it just may be time for them to have this at that time, or for another person, it just may not even be what it seems like it is. You're over here looking at your situation and formulating all these thoughts of why hasn't happened, or why is it not going this way or that way, but you don't know what somebody else has going on in their life. So I love to say to stay focused on your own journey. Stay focused on what you're trying to accomplish. Stay focused on what you're trying to see happen in your life and in this new year. So I want to challenge you, whether it's day 1 or day 200 in this year, see if you start from right now, whatever day it is, to the end of the year, and you put in great effort and put in that discipline to see a change, how much progress you can make. Obviously, if it's like 5 days in a year, you probably won't see that much of a change in what you're trying to see. But I believe that even in a month, if you are really dedicated to something, you can see growth in an area. Okay, you guys, so let's get into number 3. And I wrote this like this for a reason. I'm a very straightforward person, and I feel like sometimes we have to hear it in a straightforward way, because the truth of the matter is that life waits for no one. So number 3 is to cry for a little while, but get back up, because life goes on. Now, I understand that life can be so unpredictable. There are so many things that can happen in life, whether they be good or bad. And yes, there are times where something may happen that just absolutely, you need to take time for yourself and rest. You need to take time for yourself and process and work through, or really sit with what has happened to you in life. But what I don't recommend is that you get stuck in that place. When you get stuck in that place, you may start to see that life is continuing to go on. Life is continuing to go day by day. And the longer you sit and soak and worry about, this actually kind of is going back into the first thing. The longer you sit and soak and worry about what happened yesterday, it can take away time that you have in the now. I look back years ago and there are situations that have happened that I feel like I could have used that time that I used sulking and crying over what happened to me and the situations, how they went. I could have used that time better in myself, focusing on myself, and spent the time that I needed to heal so that I could quickly get back on track to where I needed to be. I truly do believe that there are some things that are thrown our way, obviously by the enemy, to try to set us back, to try to hold us back. And I believe that one of the greatest ways that we can self-sabotage even in our own lives is to sit and cry over yesterday's dealings. Now, of course, I don't mean that literally. I do believe that it is healthy to take time to grieve, cry, whatever it is that you need to do. But I don't think that it is healthy at all to get stuck there for long periods of time and then cause your future to be put on hold because of the lack of movement, because of the lack of being able to proceed forward with life. Life goes on. Life does not wait for anyone. So my recommendation is to jump in when you can and get back on track. Hopefully, because it is a new year, you are in a fresh space right now where you already are focused on your goals and back up from whatever you may have faced in the past year. But if that's not the case, you can always start. If you feel like you need to go get therapy, counseling, coaching, then do that. If you feel like you just need some time to yourself, whether it's to vacation, whether it is to, again, cry, just make sure that you don't spend your whole year crying over what happened yesterday. All right, you guys, so those are 3 life lessons that I wanted to share to help you go into this new year, or if you're already in this new year, to help you hopefully prosper in this new year. I do believe that it requires more than just those 3 things to prosper, but if you're putting in the work and really being disciplined and dedicated to what you want to see happen in your life, and it doesn't have to be anything super deep. It could just be as simple as weight loss. It could be as simple as making new friends. It could be as simple as starting your business and getting it going. Whatever it is, I hope that you are able to accomplish and see what you are wanting to accomplish in life. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.